If you're investing in stocks while carrying 22% credit card debt, you're not building wealth. You're financing a bank's vacation. And I know that sounds harsh, but think about it. Would you ever intentionally invest in something that guarantees you a negative 22% return? Of course not. Yet that's exactly what happens when high-interest debt sits in the background while you try to grow money in the market. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't struggle financially because they pick bad investments. They struggle because they do things in the wrong order. Wealth building isn't just about what you invest in. It's about sequence. The order matters more than the asset. Imagine trying to build a house. You wouldn't start by installing marble countertops before pouring the foundation. You wouldn't hang chandeliers before putting up walls. But financially, that's exactly what people do. They rush into stocks, ETFs, crypto, and passive income ideas without stabilizing the ground beneath them. Let's start with the first step that almost everyone wants to skip: the emergency fund. Before you invest a single dollar, you need cash reserves. Not because cash earns high returns. It doesn't. Not because it's exciting. It isn't. But because it protects your long-term strategy from collapsing the first time life gets unpredictable. Picture this. You invest consistently for 2 years. The market dips 20%. At the exact same time, your car transmission fails, or you face a medical bill. If you don't have cash saved, you're forced to sell investments at a loss. That single forced sale can undo years of disciplined investing. An emergency fund isn't about earning money. It's about preventing financial panic. And panic is expensive. Start with your first $1,000 as fast as possible. That covers most minor emergencies and creates psychological stability. Then, build toward 1 month of living expenses. After that, aim for 3 months. For some people in volatile careers, even 6 months might make sense. The goal isn't perfection overnight. It's progress in layers. Once you've built that buffer, we move to the real wealth killer: high-interest debt. Credit card interest north of 20% is not just inconvenient. It's mathematically destructive. If your debt costs 22% annually, and the stock market historically averages maybe 7 to 10% over the long term, you're digging a hole faster than you're filling it. Paying off 22% debt is the equivalent of earning a guaranteed 22% return. No volatility, no guesswork, no waiting decades. Guaranteed. If you had $5,000 in credit card debt at 22% interest and only paid minimums, you could easily pay thousands in interest over a few years. That's money that could have compounded for you. Instead, it compounds for the bank. The strategy here is simple and effective. Make minimum payments on all debts, then throw every extra dollar at the debt with the highest interest rate. This is known as the avalanche method. It's not emotionally flashy, but mathematically it saves the most money. Now, there is one major exception to the pay off debt before investing rule, and it's important: employer matching contributions. If your company offers to match a portion of your retirement contributions, that is immediate, guaranteed return. If they match 50 cents on the dollar up to 6% of your salary, that's a 50% instant gain on your contribution, before the market even moves. If they match dollar for dollar, that's a 100% return immediately. Even if you're carrying high-interest debt, contributing enough to capture the full employer match often makes sense because the return is so powerful. So here's the correct sequencing. Contribute just enough to get the full employer match. Then redirect all extra funds back toward eliminating high-interest debt. Once the debt is gone, increase retirement contributions further. After your emergency fund is built, high-interest debt eliminated, and employer match secured, we enter what I call the tax optimization phase. This is where many people get distracted. They open taxable brokerage accounts because they want flexibility. But tax-advantaged space should almost always come first. Next in line is maximizing your individual retirement account, or IRA. IRAs often provide broader investment choices and lower fees than many employer-sponsored plans. and fees matter far more than most people realize. A 1% difference in annual fees may not seem like much, but over 30 or 40 years, that difference can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Compounding works both ways. It compounds gains and it compounds fees. Then comes the decision between traditional and Roth accounts. The difference is when you pay taxes. Traditional accounts give you a tax deduction now, but you pay taxes when you withdraw in retirement. Roth accounts require paying taxes up front, but withdrawals later are tax-free. If you're currently in a lower tax bracket and expect higher income in the future, Roth contributions often make sense. If you're in a high bracket now and expect lower income in retirement, traditional might be more efficient. If you're unsure, splitting contributions between both creates tax diversification and flexibility later. If you qualify for a health savings account, this may be one of the most powerful tools available. HSAs offer triple tax advantages: tax deduction on contributions, tax-free growth, and tax-free withdrawals for qualified medical expenses. If you can afford to pay current medical costs out of pocket, you can allow HSA funds to remain invested and grow over decades. Given that healthcare is one of the largest expenses in retirement, building a tax-free medical reserve can dramatically strengthen your long-term security. After maximizing IRA and HSA contributions, return to your 401k and increase contributions beyond the employer match. This further shelters income from taxation and allows more capital to compound without annual tax drag. Only after maximizing tax-advantaged accounts does it make sense to focus heavily on taxable brokerage investing. Taxable accounts provide flexibility, no contribution limits, no age restrictions, easy access. But dividends and capital gains are taxed along the way. That tax drag slows long-term compounding. Taxable investing isn't wrong, it's powerful, but it comes last in the sequence, not first. So let's recap the correct order clearly. First, build your emergency fund. Second, eliminate high-interest debt. Third, secure the full employer match. Fourth, maximize your IRA. Fifth, utilize an HSA if eligible. Sixth, increase 401k contributions. And finally, invest in taxable brokerage accounts. This sequence builds stability first, then efficiency, then growth. It protects you from financial shocks. It eliminates guaranteed losses. It captures guaranteed gains. It optimizes taxes. And only then does it expand into unrestricted investing. Most people chase excitement. They want the hot stock, the big crypto move, the next Tesla. But wealth isn't built by excitement. It's built by order, by structure, by patience. If this roadmap helped clarify where you should focus next, make sure to subscribe. I break down financial systems so you can stop guessing and start making strategic decisions with confidence. And now, I want to hear from you. Which step are you currently on right now? Are you still building your emergency fund, paying off debt, maximizing retirement accounts, or already investing in taxable accounts? Comment the number of the step you're on below.